in control, and Buckingham Palace is an enormous business, and they call it the firm. And there was an estimate in a BBC documentary that was broadcast about 20 years ago, saying that there was 30,000 people involved in indirect and direct employment at Buckingham Palace. I mean, the Queen's head is on all the money. It doesn't matter whether it's the King or the Queen at the time. We're dealing with an enormous corporation here. Buckingham Palace runs the show. Controlled the diamonds business. They've always controlled the bullion business. They've always controlled the diamonds business. They've always controlled oil as well. This is a very, very important thing. The Crown estates own many of the properties where there's huge amounts of fossil fuels. They own 55% of the foreshore of Great Britain. Okay, so that's more than half of all the beaches. And of course, what do you find when you go for a walk on a British beach? You find nuclear power stations on some of those beaches. And that's because the royal family also are involved in mining for uranium as well. And they're involved in, you know, basically all of the big businesses that matter in terms of warfare. Now, what do we see the royals doing? We see them dressed in military uniforms. We see Prince Harry flying his Apache helicopter in Afghanistan. We see them being the mascots and the patrons of all these squadrons and battalions. And it is a militarized monarchy. And this is really at the heart of the New World Order. And, you know, the British Empire is still alive and well. Just because some of these countries like India, for example, have declared their independence, it really doesn't mean that India is totally out of the control of Buckingham Palace. I mean, what happens with elections is that you can have as many democratic elections in the country as you want. But there is this hierarchy of civil servants who never change. You can have one prime minister change after another, after another, after another. But the Sir Peters and the Sir Pauls and all the private secretaries who are basically running the apparatus of government and have their hands on the control of the treasury, which is where all the money and the taxes are, they don't change.